Have you ever been on your morning commute, laptop in your bag, only to find the battery dead when you arrive? Or maybe you've been caught in the cold, watching your phone's battery life plummet with every degree the temperature drops. We've all been there. Lithium-ion batteries just can't handle the cold. But what if the very act of walking, the very clothes on your back, could solve this problem for good? Imagine this. It's a cold morning in the near future. You're walking to work in your winter parka. But this isn't just any jacket. As you walk, the sleeve is plugged directly into your laptop, and it's charging. Not just trickle charging, but genuinely powering it up. This isn't science fiction. This is kinetic clothing. Every step you take, every swing of your arms generates a tiny amount of energy. It's usually just wasted, dissipated as heat. But we found a way to capture it. Think about all that wasted energy from your daily walk, your run, or even just fidgeting at your desk. It's a personal power grid waiting to be unlocked. So, how does it work? The secret lies in something called triboelectric nanogenerators, or TENGs for short. It sounds complicated, but the basic idea is surprisingly simple. It's all about friction. You know how you can build up static electricity by rubbing a balloon on your hair? We're doing the same thing, but on a microscopic level, inside the fabric of your clothes. We've developed a way to weave these tiny nanogenerators directly into synthetic polymer fibers, the kind you find in modern outerwear. As you move, different layers of this special fabric rub against each other. This contact and separation of materials creates a continuous electrical charge. It's like having millions of microscopic power plants woven into your jacket. Just a few years ago, this technology was confined to stiff, awkward patches in a laboratory. They were bulky, fragile, and you definitely couldn't put them in the washing machine. But look at where we are now. These are flexible, durable, energy-harvesting threads. You can't even feel them. The fabric looks and feels like any other high-performance textile, but it's silently generating power with every single movement you make. The evolution has been incredible, taking this from a lab curiosity to a truly practical, wearable technology. Of course, generating the power is only half the battle. We also had to figure out how to get that electricity from the fabric to your device. You can't just plug a USB cable into your sleeve, right? Well, actually, now you can. One of the biggest engineering challenges was miniaturizing the power converters and management systems. These are the components that take the raw electrical charge from the fibers and turn it into a stable, usable current for your electronics. Our breakthrough was to make them so small and flexible that they can be seamlessly integrated into the lining of a jacket, completely invisible and unnoticeable to the wearer. Then there's the wiring. You can't have stiff, bulky copper wires running through a comfortable piece of clothing. So, we developed a new kind of conductive ink made from a silver carbon composite. We can literally print circuits onto the fabric. This allows entire sections of the jacket, like the sleeves, to act as highly efficient power cables. And the best part? These printed circuits don't compromise the jacket's primary function. They don't create cold spots or affect the fabric's flexibility. In fact, they work with the insulation to keep you warm. Let's talk numbers. How much power are we really generating? Let's say you go for a brisk 30-minute walk. The energy captured by a kinetic jacket during that time is now enough to meet the wattage requirements to keep a high-end laptop running in performance mode. Not just keeping the screen on, but actively powering it while you work. That's a game changer. It means you're no longer tethered to a wall outlet or forced to carry around heavy external power banks that also die in the cold. Your power source is you. The implications of this go far beyond just convenience on your daily commute. Think about the dual-purpose nature of kinetic clothing. It's high-performance insulation that keeps you warm and dry, but it's also a life-saving emergency survival tool. Imagine being a hiker, a skier, or a first responder in a remote area. If your GPS or communication devices die, you could be in serious trouble. With kinetic clothing, as long as you can move, you can generate power. You have a lifeline. We've spoken with textile experts about this, and they're amazed at how these smart fibers manage to capture energy without sacrificing performance. The key is in the weave. It's designed to maintain breathability and waterproofing, so it functions perfectly as outerwear even in extreme rain or snow. The energy generation is a silent, reliable bonus. This technology is already starting a trend we call off-grid commuting. Professionals are starting to embrace the freedom of not relying on public charging stations or remembering to charge their power bank. They leave the house with their devices and know that their own movement will keep them powered throughout the day. It's a new kind of energy independence. And this is just the beginning. We're starting with winter gear because the thicker, layered materials are a natural fit for the technology. And the need for reliable power in the cold is so critical. But where do we go from here? The next logical step is to integrate this into all kinds of everyday apparel. Imagine sneakers that charge your phone as you walk, trousers that power your wireless earbuds, a backpack that ensures your tablet is always at 100%. All these individual items could feed into a unified body area network, a personal power ecosystem that you wear. Think about the bigger picture, the environmental impact. Our world runs on lithium-ion batteries. They're in our phones, our laptops, our cars. But they are resource-intensive to produce and notoriously difficult to recycle. They contribute to a massive amount of electronic waste. By creating self-sustaining apparel that harnesses the clean, renewable energy of human movement, we can drastically reduce our reliance on these disposable batteries. We can make personal electronics more sustainable. This isn't about creating one single gadget. It's about a fundamental shift in how we think about energy. We want you to imagine a world where the power source is always with you. A world where you don't have to search for an outlet or worry about your battery percentage. A world where the simple, natural act of living is the only charging cable you will ever need. The future of power isn't in a wall socket. It's woven into the very fabric of our lives. Thanks for watching. If you're as excited about this technology as we are, make sure to subscribe for more updates on the future of wearable tech. See you next time.